So some news regarding the Yu-Gi-Oh series itself was kind of glossed over, never really talked about. I only didn't like find this out apart from like someone like saying to this on a recent like Arc 5 like episode, just saying, oh by the way, it was already confirmed already. It was a while ago that like, oh they've already confirmed that, you know, the Yu-Gi-Oh series is going to be ending in spring 2017. I was like, no, like I didn't see anything. This wasn't on any of the news sites at all, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was finally revealed. I'm gonna link the actual Japanese website as well that talks about it, but it was translated saying that the Arc 5 like series will be ending at 2017 this year in spring. Now, if people don't know what that means exactly by the amount of episodes left and all that, like Canning saying that they are going to finish up, let's say, since we had the first technical episode of the season so far of like coming into its summer, then that makes up, if we're adding it like in together with 112 episodes, we've got 35 episodes pretty much to be exact, if they are going to end exactly at the end of the season of spring, which can, you know, mean a lot of things and all that. They can talk about it's going to end some point in spring or the ending of spring, you know, it could all be different or like just right around that time, which, you know, a lot of people are probably going to be like a little bit upset about. I mean, I am. It's like a little bit bummed out, like saying, oh, you know, it has to end and all that, you know, so it's time to come. But then don't forget as well, like already with like other series, like Yu-Gi-Oh series have always had this kind of like near around ending. Or like if we talk about the original series, it was 224 episodes with like, you know, it was adapted from the original manga as well, and that it had filler arcs into it. So I'd say, like, considering that, like, you know, you had a few filler episodes and like 2 like big filler arcs into it, I'd say around about end up being like about 180 episodes, 170, like adding into the canon into it. Then you got GX, which is about 180 episodes itself, and that wasn't like, it had a manga, but it wasn't like, you know, like inspired from that. That was its own thing. Then you had 5Ds that came in, that was 154 episodes, which is a little bit shorter than actually what it was. Then Zial came in, which had 2 seasons, but if we counted it for like 2 of them together and all that, then it was 73 on both ends, making up 146. Now, this is going into like correcting that what we've got so far, saying that it is going to end at that exact point and all that, adding in the other 35 episodes, it's going to be 147. So it's like, oh, it's like 1 episode longer than like yeah, but then yeah, like regardless of what, like there's been a lot more of a positivity to Arc 5, especially compared to Zial. Like you just look at like the My Anime list, like scores, you can kind of see that they're a lot clearly higher. That it wasn't just like, you know, it's just certain people like me that absolutely really didn't like Zial. Like a lot of people didn't really give a care, like crap for it, like seeing into it. But regardless of what, like I mean, like there's a bunch of good news regardless. Like, you know, we're not just gonna end this like on sad news, because like regardless of what, like, you know, some topics and all that I was thinking of talking about that, then like like kind of leave it off and all that, since it's only really regarding the UK news, but it can kind of spread on to other series. Is that Manga Entertainment just recently announced, hey, we're going to be releasing, you know, GX and all that. It's going to be coming out in autumn. We're going to be releasing Zial. They've already confirmed as well that they are going to be doing as well. Like they are going to release, I think, like the first season of 5Ds, I believe, came out, or like is about to. So it's like, you know, regardless of what, we are getting all like the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and it's a fantastic time to be, you know, a fan of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, because, you know, we've currently got the ongoing one that's pretty good, and that, to be fair, it is reaching its conclusion. You can definitely tell that it's like, considering like all the arcs that we've gone through and all the different dimensions in Arc 5, it makes sense now that we are reaching that kind of like pinnacle point in the series where we are reaching that ending. So, you know, that's understandable, and I hope it has like a pretty good like solid ending to it. Like hopefully we'll see a little bit more, like, you know, throughout the series. And, you know, still that's 30 plus episodes. That's still an impressive amount to like wrap things up. That means, you know, they've definitely got a plan. Like, it's the only thing I honestly have to complain about Arc 5 ending is like, you know, it's a shame that but I really hope that next time, like with the next series, that they have in mind. I'm pretty sure if that's the case, like, you know, the card game is still booming, it's still doing sales, and it's still, you know, a very successful series, and you know how they're going to be doing it, since like the same thing happened with Zial. Oh, Zial's ending, oh, then, you know, there's Arc 5 ready to take its place with, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh led there. So I'm imagining that we probably are going to see another season. We're probably going to see a season 6, depends what they're going to be doing, since like, see, Arc 5 was more like representing everything good about the series and all the years of it. You know, we've seen like crossovers with, you know, with the 5Ds characters, with Jack Atlas. We've seen like crossovers like with like Kaito from the Zial universe, like that. You've also as well got like from like GX, you've got Asta Phoenix in there, you've got Alexis in there. Like, so it's a big question. Is like with one that's kind of like, you know, is paying a lot of respect, and it's also as well bringing a bunch of characters from like, you know, definitely like huge references. Like, what are you going to do afterwards? You know, like, are you going to like make up a new technique like you kind of did with Pendulum? Is that like what we're going to be going? We're just going to keep like upping the game more and more until they do it, because like we're running out of things, I feel like, to actually do in the game itself. So, you know, maybe like, you know, as what it is, like I feel like maybe Arc 5 might be the time for the shows to kind of obviously it ain't gonna die down and all I think they are going to do another one because, you know, they're still going to promote the series. But it's like, personally, if it was my eyes and all that, I'd be like, you know, like, like, you know, out of respect and all that, maybe we should, like, you know, at that just end, like, Arc 5 there as its own thing, you know, respect out of that. And, you know, we'll have to, you know, wait and see and all that if they were to do something else or they'll, like, have to change up the game again or, like, something like that. But I generally think the game itself is kind of reaching its, like, turning point now where it's like, okay, like, look, we've got so much stuff on the here right now and all that. We've added two monsters together, we've added, like, you know, synchro together, we've fusioned them, we've ritualed them, like, we've done effects, we've done pendulums. Like, at that point now, it's like pendulums was kind of stretching it at first when I thought. It was like, okay, adding monsters, but they're technically magic cards and they have effects. Like, honestly now, I feel like this is the point where it's like, what else can you do? Like, what else can you generally do with the series now that's like, you know, we're running out of ideas. So we'll have to wait and see what they're going to be doing. Or they, you know, they could just do it and say, fuck it, we're not going to have another, like, summoning in this season. We're just going to do it from there, have their own story. Fuck it, bring in new cards, that's what you gotta do. So we'll honestly have to wait and see what it is, but I'm kind of curious to see, like, you know, regardless of what you guys think about the series actually ending as well, and, you know, hopefully it has a good ending, you know, since, like, a lot of things are coming to a head and all that, like, a lot of stuff that we wanted to see from the start of the series, and regardless of what, like, it's still impressive. Most shows these days don't get 100 plus episodes, and, you know, like, Arc 5 is one of the rare few that's, like, still can get it. Like, you know, like, most shonen series can't even get, like 50 episodes, let alone, like, 100 plus. So, you know, it's hard to condemn it, and, like, for being, like, for me personally, getting me back into the Yu-Gi-Oh series, since, like, I lost a lot of faith after, like, CL. I lost so much of it. Like, I've honestly lost interest in the card game. It's, like, only Arc 5 is the one that to bring me back and then bring me back the nostalgia love that I had for the series. So we'll have to wait and see. I really do hope they announce, like, the actual stuff is coming out over here. I will still say, like, regardless of what Manga Entertainment, I really would like them to put the sub on there as well. Like, I think, you know, they're only going to be releasing the dub, which is a little bit shitty, but it's like, I think it would have been nice to them to, like, even if you had to increase the price a little bit, I would have respected a lot more if they did that. But then as well, we've got Crunchyroll, just in case, like, if you honestly want to see the sub releases or any of these stuff, then you, the original Yu-Gi-Oh is available there, so that's honestly I can give the recommendation. I don't think they have, like, Xiao's one, but, like, or any of the other, like, series on there, but we'll honestly, you know, have to wait and see, like, where they are. But that's all from me, so thank you much for watching as always, and if you enjoyed this as much as I did, then you know what to hit that like, you know what to hit that subscribe. That's all from me though, so I'll see you guys though next time.